Hi, I'm Ashimolowo. Welcome to the Wealth Masterclass, where we teach you to make, manage, and multiply money. In today's teaching, I like to really stretch your mind, challenge you on the importance of investing. Investing. You see, you got to learn how to place money in something for profit. If not, then it comes into your hand and it goes out. We know it is a current, that's why we call it currency, but you need to compound it before it goes out, if it has to go out at all. So many people have found themselves working so hard and they have very little to show. They do not realize that money is something you can multiply. And so if it just comes into your hand and you spend it, you do not experience the power of compounding. Investing depends on your gradual appreciation of the money in your hand and seeing it grow. It needs a long-term strategy. It needs patience. It needs delayed gratification for it to happen. But the truth is, all things being equal, you can see your investment grow over time. So, if you have cash hidden somewhere left in the bank account, that's not investment. That is savings. All monies need to be given shoes to run, power to compound and increase. So cash in hand is not investment. It does not produce anything. Surplus cash does not have investment power until you do something with it. Money will be worth less in a few years' time. The £100 you had in your account January 1, 2021 is not the same, will not be the same by December 31. There will be a loss because of inflation. But if you had taken the same £100 and bought yourself some shares in a good performing company, you may not have the cash back as yet, but as the company performs well, both in dividends given to you and in the value of the company, your money is rising in value. So, investing means that you invest in assets that are productive, something which produces, which delivers. Be part of the production of something. That's investment. Investment is to stay in the business of your competence, not necessarily your expertise. You may have trained as a surgeon, but you decided to start a small company that produces tissue papers, toilet rolls. That's investment. You took monies from your income as a surgeon. You bought equipment. You went into contract for supplies of papers. You converted the papers to something soft to be used as toilet roll. That's investment. You projected over the years how much profit you will make. You made room for profit loss because you are just learning the ropes. That is investment. The chances are that this toilet roll company, as simple as it is, may one day so grow that it far surpasses your salary as a surgeon. And by the way, to be a surgeon in any place in the world, it is one of the most expensive studies you have to go through. And yet has its limit when it comes to income. Yeah, it gives you a nice, comfortable, middle-class life and the feeling that you have arrived. But the truth still is that it gives you just a middle-class life. A car to drive, a house with a mortgage on it. But this paper company can now begin to compound in its productivity and meet the market demand to the point that it exceeds what your function as a surgeon is. So what do? Evaluate the place you want to invest in first. What is the company worth? Look at the business, not the worth alone. Look at the business. At the moment, all you have is this equipment and the papers you brought in. plus the marketing you have made and the market demand around you. Or if you just want to put it in a company, as an investor, you still need to know what is the worth of the company, what is the business it does. There are several other questions, of course. Is it an ethical business? Is it the kind of business you want to support? Is it the kind that is in agreement with your convictions about the environment, about life in general? Then, play big. Don't lose opportunities. Many are so risk averse. They hide their money in savings account. They say, at least I see it every day. Yeah, you see it every day, but diminishing. However, if you are taking the same money and put in real estate, the property you bought probably X amount of money, depending on the market demand and the city in which you are, may have increased in value. So you have an equity growing to you. And if it's a building you rented out, if the mortgage you took to buy the building meant that you are paying the mortgage just $500 or £500, yet the rent coming in is $1,000 or £1,000, you have an immediate profit plus the growth of the equity on the building. So investment increases your value financially immediately. Then, play big. Don't play like a person who wants to not lose. Play big, but don't lose opportunities. Don't lose opportunities that come your way. Don't lose the favors that come your way. In investing, you got to also learn. You may invest in companies, but invest in your own talent first. Learn the skills. For example, on the Wealth Masterclass, we teach people about wealth creation. Learn to invest in yourself first. You will be amazed what you think you know and find that you do not know when it comes to money. We handle it every day, but we have very little information on how to make it, how to manage it, and how to multiply it. In investment, very cardinal. Learn the power of OPM, other people's money. You cannot create real big wealth without using OPM. What is OPM? How do you get it? OPM means other people's money. How do you get it? If you have a good credit rating, the bank is ready to give you a loan to buy properties. So here it is, you bought 3-4 properties, taking a bank loan, you put tenants there. The money that bought the properties is not yours, it's the bank with just some deposit from you. The money that is paying the bank back is the tenants in your building. So while the tenants are having the comfort of a place to stay, they are also helping to pay the mortgage on the properties. As the properties rise in value over the years, the equity does not belong to the bank, it does not belong to your tenants, it belongs to you. So for the little deposit you put and the work of supervising the investment, lot is accruing to you. Of course, the bank is happy because the money you are giving them has interest on it. Because just as you took other people's money, they are also giving those other people something for their money that was lent out. So use OPM. Now I know some people come into loggerheads with different parts of borrowing. They say, but you are the one who also said get out of debt. Yes, get out of debt, particularly money-wasting debts. Debts as in educational debts, get out of them. Debts as in buying furniture which does not increase in value, get out of debt. But when it comes to the debt that increases the value of the money you borrowed, it basically just means that you signed a paper, money came, you bought this property. The property is paying the people from whom you borrowed and the value is coming to you. Then you must know the various incomes that you can get from investment. There's the one you earn because you invested. There's the one that comes from portfolios. That is, for example, if you decide that you want to be buying houses, renovate and sell, buy houses, renovate and sell. If you are in the kind of economy where such rate of buying and selling takes place, it is called flipping in some economies. It doesn't work well everywhere. I don't know where you're watching from, but you could have that portfolio income. What is a portfolio income? It basically means that you have so many things inside your portfolio. It could be land holdings, properties, houses that have been built, commercial, residential, office. So it's in your portfolio. Some of it you bought in order to do up a little bit and sell. Some you bought to keep, rent it out, and let the equity rise. Thirdly, you need to, in investment, know how to create passive incomes. What is a passive income? A passive income is mostly an income you are generating without giving it the fullest attention. You say, what are you talking about? You work 9 to 5. However, you have this property you have rented out. While your salary, after all said and done, gives you a saving of £200-300 because you have to pay rent, you have to pay this and that from your house, from your income. This passive income, this property you bought on mortgage and you have rented out, is giving you a cool £300 to £400 every month without you having to do anything. In fact, you didn't have to show up 9 to 5 there. It's just flowing in. That is a passive income. And there are several of its kind. It could be that, it could be your investment in stocks and shares, passive income. It could be the fact that you've created an app and every time people use it, they pay you. That's passive income. I know a gentleman, he became the representative for a particular app in his country, which has to do with the aviation industry. Every time somebody buys a ticket in his country, $5 come to him. So imagine, if 5 million people bought tickets in 1 year, that makes $25 million for waking up to play golf. He didn't have to do anything else. For the rest of his life, it's just coming. The only thing that can ruin it is COVID or anything like COVID. That's passive income. Then, as that money comes, this passive income, the next thing in investment is that you should invest for cash flow so that the equity from the houses is your cash flow. It is coming through a funnel into an account where you can decide again to take the same money, invest again. You can buy, you can use it as deposit on the third house. As these 4 houses are producing again, what they produce you can use as investment on the 4th house. So your passive income, creating a cash flow, becoming the continuous money that flows through a funnel into an account you use to create another one. Listen, you need to also then take a percentage of what you make to pay yourself. What do we mean? If you reach the place where you do not have a full-time job, you are just into investing, create a salary system for yourself. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Let me not dwell too much on that. We'll come back to it another time. Then lower your expenses. You see, in wealth creation, you do not show off how much wealth you have. Your intention and desire is to really just make wealth happen. The people who show wealth are tending to be middle class and rich people, or sometimes even the poor. The poor will want to wear designer clothes so we know who designed what they're wearing. Certainly the middle class like to do that a lot. And rich people also show wealth. So you've got to learn that you are out to create wealth, and you lower your expenses. Don't rent what you can afford. Set a budget for yourself. Lower your expenses. Anything you can afford, buy it, but don't rent. But if you cannot afford it, rent it, so that you are able to use the remaining money. Do not buy a big house to impress your friends, because you might end up with a big budget and a big expenses on your neck, which you cannot handle. In creating wealth through investment, you need to have emergency funds, monies you have access to just in case there is something going on where you live, or some eventuality came up and you needed some money to handle it. These emergency funds must be the kind you can access. Why? Because a lot of good investments, particularly the one that bring a better return, greater return, may not be easy to sell within 24 hours of your need for money. So you need to have an emergency fund. Let me close by saying two more things. Take a course on investing. Join us on the Wealth Masterclass. We've taught intensely on real estate, ownership of your own company. We're about to do a whole intense teaching on where to invest, why you should invest, how you should invest, the benefits of investment. Make sure you go to our website to get all the details. Do not postpone, and do not think you don't need it. That's second to the last truth I'd like to share with you. You need to find a mentor. People who will help you to know more about investment, how to go about it. And lastly, read for your own personal growth. Read what you love. Read about investing. Read about money. Do not approach money with a sense of guilt, like, oh my word, I hope I'm not being too materialistic. Money makes the world go around. Money builds the house in which you live. Money builds our society. Money makes a difference. And a lot of it wants to come into your hands so you too can make a difference and help people in need. I do hope today's teaching has helped you on investing. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us. Thank you. God bless.